story named The Lord of Darkness. Dear friends, today I bring you a story that is claimed to be true. This incident took place outside our country, and I received the details from someone named Soumitra Roy. The characters in this story are all Christian. It involves Christian culture, and since it is a true account, I cannot alter any details in suit preference. This incident happened in the city of Ontario, Canada, in the place called London, during the 1980s. The exact years is unknown, as there were no social media platforms back then. During that time, various magazines were popular, and the journalists who worked on those were very skilled and respected. They were closely connected to intellectual and influential figures in society. One such journalist was named Stephen. He had blue eyes, golden hair, a height of 6 feet, and was a handsome young man in his mid 20s. His dream was to become a renowned journalist. To fulfill his ambitions, Stephen traveled to Ontario for field reporting. In London, he went to a hotel to book a room. By the time he reached the hotel, it was already night. Stephen asked the manager if there were any available rooms. Their manager replied that no rooms were available at the moment but offered an alternative. There is one room that we haven't given to any guest yet. You can take it out, and if you find it suitable, you can stay there tonight. Tomorrow we will arrange another room for you as several will be visited. Stephen agreed and went to see the room with the manager. The room was beautifully decorated and well maintained, the kind anyone would find appealing. Stephen told the manager that he liked the room and would stay there for the night. The manager agreed and arranged for the hotel staff to provide dinner for Stephen. Exhausted from his journey, Stephen quickly fell asleep. In this sleep, he dreamed of a strange figure standing by his feet. The figure was tall, wearing a black cloak, with disheveled hair, yet its face wore an added beauty. It smiled kindly at Stephen and said, "Stephen, my child." Stephen, half asleep, was unable to comprehend much but soon wake up and realize it was just a dream. He went back to sleep, and this time the night passed without further interruptions. The next morning, when the manager came to shift him to another room, Stephen declined. He said he liked the room and wanted to stay there, assuring the manager that he had no issues. He felt an inexplicable attachment to the room and didn't want to leave it. Despite this, Stephen left for his work later that day. After completing his task, he returned to the hotel by evening, had dinner, and went to sleep in the same bed. Stephen saw the same dream again. This time, he saw the cloaked figure standing beside him. The man gave a sweet, pleasant smile and said once more, "Stephen, my child, I can give you many things. I can give you everything you desire. Do you wish to fulfill your dreams? I can make them come true. All you have to do is follow my instruction, and you will have everything." Stephen replied, "All right, I understand your words, but who are you? I don't know you. Sir, can you tell me who are you? The figure then said, you will know everything. In time, you will understand it all. Just listen to me and follow what I say. Then suddenly, Stephen woke up. He realized that the room in his dream was identical to the ones he was staying in. Everything was exactly the same. The only difference was that the quack figure was no longer present. After some time, he fell asleep again. The next morning, Stephen felt even more drawn the room. It seemed to him as though he was in his own house, not a hotel room. The place felt so familiar and comforting that he began thinking of it as his own space rather than a returned room. The quacked figure spoke the same words. Stephen, my child, listen to me, and your dreams will come true. The figure dressed in a black quack resembled a church priest. It something felt different. Stephen thought, aren't church priests supposed to wear white robes? Why is this man wearing black? However, he didn't ask this question in the dream. The figure continued, listen to me, Stephen. This opportunity will not come again. If I live once, I won't return. Stephen mastered the words to ask some question this time. Who are you? Where have you come from? What is your identity? Why are you telling me these things? The figure replied, you don't need to know where I came from. In time, you will understand everything. I like you very much, Stephen. You have impressed me, which is why I am offering you this chance. Don't let it slip away. At the moment, Stephen woke up again. The night was still dark, exactly as he had seen in the dream. For a moment, it felt like he wasn't dreaming anymore, but was awake and had seen the figure in real life. He drank some water and tried to make sense of what had happened. Was it a dream? Or did I see the figure while awake? He felt as though it was half real and half dream. Eventually, he fell asleep again. The next morning, Stephen began contemplating deeply about he was having the same dream every night. He wondered, what is this real meaning behind all this? Am I truly saying something, or is my subconscious mind tricks on me, or is it all just my imagination? But then he thought, how can it be the same dream every night with the same figure appearing? As he reflected more, Stephen considered what the figure had said about fulfilling his dreams. He wondered, should I agree to what he's asking? Should I listen to him? After much deliberation, Stephen decided he would accept the figure's offer. He thought, if I am going to agree, I must find a way to reach that dreamscape quickly. I need a lot of wealth. Many celebrities will come to meet you. I will become a famous journalist. Permanent politician will want me to write reports for them. I will meet them and conduct interviews. That's my dream. To make my dream come true, I need to produce high quality reports, not just one, but multiple reports. Only then will my dreams be fulfilled. If listening to this figure helps me achieve my dream, what harm could it do? With this thought, Stephen decided that if the figure appeared in this dream again, he would agree to the proposal. However, for the next 2 nights, the figure didn't appear in these dreams. On the night of the sixth day, the cloaked figure finally appeared in Stephen's dream. The figure spoke to him, saying, "Stephen, I know what decision you have made, so will you listen to me?" "Yes, I agree to your terms," Stephen replied. "Tell me what I need to do. What must I do to fulfill my dreams? Will you help me achieve them?" The man in the black cloak responded, "You won't have to do much. I will give you two entities who will serve as your devoted assistant. Whatever you instruct them to do, they will obey. I will follow all your commands. If you need anything, just tell them, and they will make it happen 7 to 8 days from now, at a specific time during the lunar eclipse. You will need to follow certain rituals. You must perform the rituals exactly as instructed. After that, your life will be filled with nothing but success. You will never face failure again. And I have brought you a special treat. Look over there on the table. It's for you. Go and have it." Stephen looked and saw a bowl made of a strange material placed on the table. He could not identify what it was made of. Inside the bowl, there was a liquid, deep red in color, resembling blood. Saying this, Stephen said, "Father, I don't think I can consume this. It looks like blood. I feel like it's actual blood." The figure smiled and reassured him. "No, Stephen, it's not blood. It's a delicious liquid treat. You should drink it. You will feel good. This drink is essential for preparing yourself and performing the rituals." Stephen was stunned, caught in a dilemma. The sight of the liquid was unappealing to him, and the thought of consuming it made him hesitant. However, after much thought and deliberation, Stephen decided to drink the liquid. To his surprise, he realized the liquid had an extraordinary taste, unlike anything he had ever experienced. It was rich and flavorful, leaving him in awe. Just wow! Stephen had never tasted such a delightful liquid before. Despite its appearance resembling blood, the drink had an extraordinary flavor, rich and delicious. After finishing the liquid, the cloaked figure gave a faint smile. With a grin, the figure said, "Stephen, now I will teach you a phrase, a single sentence. As soon as you recite this sentence, the two servants I mentioned will appear before you. They will obey your every command. However, they will also offer you advice, and you must follow it carefully. At the designated time, I will return. Until then, take care, Stephen." With those words, the figure disappeared, and Stephen's dream ended. After waking up, Stephen was astonished. He realized that the liquid he had consumed in this dream felt as though he had actually drunk it. The sweet and pleasant sensation in his throat was still there. He could feel that the liquid was truly inside him, and his body felt invigorated and energized. This left him wondering whether the events from the dream had actually happened in reality. Stephen thought, was it all real? Did that father figure truly teach me a phrase in the dream? Let me see if I can remember it. He concentrated and easily recalled the exact line the figure had told him to recite. The figure had said that as soon as he spoke the phrase, two servants would appear before him. So Stephen recited the phrase. The moment he did, he noticed a fierce wind blowing near the window. The window, which was closed from the inside, began to rattle violently. The sound of the wind outside was sharp and intense, as if it would shatter the glass and break through at any moment. With a loud noise, the window suddenly flew open, and black smoke poured into the room. As the smoke filled the space, it transformed into two figures. The figures were massive, standing 8 or 9 feet tall, dressed in black garments, with faces that were harrowing to behold. Seeing them, Stephen let out a terrified scream before collapsing unconscious on the floor. Since it was night time and everyone in the hotel was asleep, no one heard his scream. By morning, Stephen regained consciousness and found himself laying on the floor instead of his bed. Stephen noticed his room was in complete disarray. Papers were scattered everywhere, and it looked as though a storm had swept through the room. The window was open, confirming his suspicions that the black smoke had ended entered through it. He began to realize that all of this was actually happening. It wasn't just a dream. However, he thought to himself, "It's daytime now. I have to go to work. I will think about this and figure it out later tonight. I need to see if they truly follow my comments." As planned, Stephen returned to his room that night after finishing work and recited the line given to him. The moment he uttered the words, a black smoke emerged from the tree outside the window and entered his room. This time, there was no storm. The smoke transformed into two figures, tall and terrifying, who bowed before him and said, "Sir, we are here to obey your commands. Whatever you ask, we will do. Please tell us how many we serve you." At first, Stephen was terrified, but then he began to think, these two frightened creatures are speaking to me so politely, bowing before me and willing to listen to everything I say. Even though their voices are haunting, their words are respectful and pleasant. Stephen then said, "The Father told me about you. He mentioned that when I recite this line, you would appear and obey my every word. He also spoke of certain rules I need to follow and said you would provide me with advice. What advice do you have for me?" Both figures responded in unison with their ears' voice. "You must only call for us at night when no one else is around. Additionally, from now on, you must not leave this room during the daytime. Whatever you need, you will take care of it. You may leave the room only at night, but only if it's absolutely necessary. Under no circumstance should you leave during the day." This is the first piece of advice, they continued. "The second is that every morning we will leave a bowl of liquid on the table for you. You must drink it. This liquid will provide you with the same strength and nourishment as any other food or drink you might consume during the day. You will not require anything else. However, you may eat a little food at night if you wish. Lastly, after a few days, you will need to perform a ritual. Once the ritual is complete, your life will be filled with nothing but success. These are the instructions for now. Follow them to prepare yourself. From time to time, we will tell you what else needs to be done. The two figures ask for Stephen's permission to leave, saying, "May we go now?" Stephen, hearing the polite tone of their terrifying voice, felt strangely pleased. However, something darker began to grow within him, a sense of pride. He started thinking, "I am now the master of these two fearsome beings who will serve me as their lord." The figures left the room, the some away the head entered, transforming back into black smoke and vanishing. The next morning, Stephen saw a bowl of strange liquid on this table. Unlike before, when he had consumed it in his dream, he now saw it in reality. The liquid was bright red, resembling fresh blood. Initially, he was repulsed and had no desire to drink it. However, when he sniffed it, a delicious aroma wafted off, something so exquisite he had never experienced before. Unable to resist, he drank the liquid. To his surprise, it was incredibly satisfying, and he felt an unusual sense of fulfillment after consuming it. From then on, Stephen strictly followed the being's instructions and remained confined to his room, not leaving even for work. Gradually, Stephen noticed changes within himself. He would get angry over trivial matters, something uncharacteristic for him, as he was known to be a calm and polite man. When people entered his room, he began treating them poorly. One day, the hotel manager sent a meal to his room since Stephen hadn't eaten anything all day. When Stephen saw the hotel boy entering with food, he became furious and shouted at him. His anger escalated to the point where he grabbed the boy by his shirt collar and drew him across the room with immense strength he didn't even know he had. The boy hit the floor hard, sustaining sharp injuries, and his head started bleeding profusely. He screamed in pain. Hearing the commotion, the hotel manager and several guests rushed to the scene. Shocked by Stephen's behavior, the manager couldn't understand what had come over him. Deeply troubled, the manager decided to visit a local church and spoke to the head priest, a senior father, about the incident. He recounted the entire ordeal in detail. After listening attentively, the father said, "You are not telling me everything. There's something you are hiding. Tell me the truth. I want to know the full story of that room." The manager hesitated but then began explaining. Years ago, a couple stayed in that room. On the first night, something terrible happened. The man woke up feeling as though someone was straining him. When he opened his eyes, he saw his wife floating several feet above the bed. Horrified, he screamed, and at that moment, she fell back into the bed. The fall left her with severe injuries to her spine and waist. They didn't tell us about this incident until another terrifying event occurred the next night. The wife screamed after going to the bathroom and seeing the floor covered in blood, with red streaks running down the walls. But when her husband came to check, everything appeared normal, no blood anywhere. That same night, they woke up me, reported everything, and left the hotel immediately the next morning. After that, we stopped renting out that room because every guest who stayed there experienced strange disturbance. However, since there were no other rooms available, I let Stephen stay there for one night, planning to move him to another room in the morning, but he refused to leave. Hearing this, the father grew even more concerned. He appeared deep in thought for a while before saying, "I think I understand the problem." The father then shared the story of a widowed woman who used to live where the hotel now stands. She had no children of her own but adopted an orphan boy named Henry. From a young age, Henry showed a strong religious inclination. When his adoptive mother died, he was devastated. As Henry grew up, he was appointed as a priest in the local church. But then he began withdrawing from the community, visiting the church less frequently, and dismissing his household staff to live alone. People noticed strange changes in him. He stopped interacting with others and refused to help those who come to him for guidance. One day, after Henry had been absent from the church for 3 days, some people decided to check on him. What they found was horrifying. Henry's lifeless body lay on the floor, his head severed from his body as though it had been ripped off. Around his body was a pentagram with 5 points, drawn in red and blue, encircled with strange symbols. There were also melted candles scattered around, and the stench of decay filled the house. It became clear that Henry had been practicing dark rituals and had made a pact with devil. He had been trying to summon Shaitan to gain some form of power or reward but failed to complete the ritual. The house was later demolished and the hotel was built in its place. It seems devil is now attempting to complete the ritual through Stephen, who was chosen because one his of ancestor was a powerful individual connected to similar dark practice. The manager asked, "Why Stephen? Why not anyone else?" The father replied, "Stephen's bloodline makes him an ideal candidate for completing what Henry could not. Devil sees him as the key to fulfilling his plan." The devil lured Stephen onto his path, deceiving him with false promises. Unaware of the magical influence over him, Stephen could not comprehend his predicament. But we needed to save Stephen. Allowing the devil to grow stronger was not an option. A priest, Father Henry, said solemnly, "I will do everything in my power to save Stephen. I will follow the tenets of my faith and act according to our belief. Let's see if the Creator helps us." 2 nights later, there would be a lunar eclipse, and Father Henry was convinced that the devil would appear then. They decided that this would be the perfect time to confront and capture the demon. After a discussion, the hotel manager agreed to assist and waited for that fateful night. Finally, the night arrived. Around 1 a.m., Father Henry and a few others gathered at the hotel. The manager handed him the keys, and they unlocked the door to Stephen's room. Inside, Stephen sat chanting incantations, accompanied by 2 shadowy figures. These beings spoke to him, saying, "Begin your work tonight, Stephen. From now on, you will succeed in everything you do." Stephen, confused yet intrigued, asked, "Who are you? You claim to be my father, but what do you mean?" The figure responded cryptically, "You will understand in time. For now, just focus on your task." Stephen started drawing a pentagram as instructed. Suddenly, he felt a presence behind him. Turning, he saw a black-robed figure, the same one that had haunted this dream. "Father, you have come!" Stephen exclaimed. The shadow figure addressed the dark-robed entity. "Welcome, Lord of Darkness." Stephen froze, bewildered. "Why are you calling him Lord of Darkness? Isn't he my father?" The figure snarled, "He may be your father, but to us he is the Lord of Darkness." At the moment, the real Father Henry entered the room with the manager. Seeing him, Stephen's supposed father hissed, "Father Henry, you dare interrupt me?" Before anyone could react, the impostor transformed. His body stretched unnaturally, his face contouring into a monstrous visage. Laughing maniacally, he declared, "You fools, the Henry we spoke of, I killed him long ago. Now I will complete my work using Stephen. And as for you mating humans, I will eliminate every last one of you." Stephen fainted from terror. Father sprang into action, sprinkling holy water and commanding his companions to chant verses from the Bible. The Lord of Darkness roared, "Your pathetic prayers won't stop me. Watch as I destroy you all." The hotel manager, overwhelmed by fear, collapsed. The demon lunged at Father Henry, gripping his throat. "I killed Henry once, and now I will kill you too. But this time I will do it my way." At that critical moment, a beam of light descended from the sky, entering the room through a window. The light struck the demon, forcing him to release his Father Henry. The creature screamed in agony, writhing on the floor. The 2 shadow figures vanished into thin air. The Lord of Darkness, trembling with fear, cried, "This isn't over. I will be back. None of you will escape me." With a final blood-curdling scream, the demon disappeared, leaving one trace. By the grace of the Creator, everyone survived unharmed. The next morning, Stephen awoke as his old self, humble and kind. He had no memory of the past event, thinking he had just awakened from a deep sleep. The same day, Stephen returned to his hometown in Ontario, where he had come from to write his report. Whether he still lives or has passed away remains a mystery. So, friends, how did you like today's story? Don't forget to let me know in the comments. And if you want to hear more stories like this, make sure to subscribe to the channel.